Hi, you've clicked on this video because something about the title made you pause. And honestly, that's exactly how self-help works. It hooks the part of you that feels like maybe I just need one more thing to finally feel okay. And look, I get it. We are probably the most self-aware generation that's ever existed because we have access to so much information. We have access to psychology, therapy language, attachment styles, trauma, nervous system. The list is endless. Everyone has something to say, whether that's influencers, coaches, therapists. There's a constant stream of this is how you fix yourself. And also at the same time, we're the most emotionally overwhelmed generation. Dating feels confusing. Loneliness is arising. Breakups hits harder. In fact, it's hard to even be in a relationship. We're so hyper aware about our childhood wounds, our patterns, our triggers. And what do? We do the most obvious thing. We seek more knowledge. We want more answers. We want more self-help. Here's the part I want you to truly recognize. Self-help often becomes self-rejection, essentially to fix ourselves. And this is where we gaslight and we hurt ourselves. And look, I understand. I'm one of those people. I am, or at least I used to be, an overthinker, deeply empathic, and I often gravitated towards pain both within myself and others. And that's how I actually started the channel. By the way, this rambling stranger has a name. My name is Nia, and I make videos to help you break patterns. The intent isn't to tell you what's wrong with you, but to help you see things differently and challenge yourself. Not starting new routines, but question yourself on why do you need all these routines in the first place? Now back to self-help. Now this industry, it thrives on one thing, which is keeping you in a loop of almost. You are almost healed. You're almost confident. You're almost ready. Because if you actually felt okay, you wouldn't be consuming all of this self-help content now, would you? Here are some of my favorite 5 micro habits that will instantly help you put in a state of self-acceptance. Number 1, move away from self-help. I'm not saying you have to do this forever, but I just want you to interrupt the pattern. Pick up things that don't try to fix you. Read fiction, watch something ridiculous, listen to a podcast that actually makes you laugh instead of trying to analyze yourself. Because right now, your brain is in constant improvement mode. And when everything in life becomes about growth, you forget how to just be yourself. Listen, this isn't about avoiding growth because growth actually happens organically, but you have to give your mind some space to breathe. Number 2, choose a hobby that has nothing to do with who you're trying to become. Not about your career, not about a brand, not about making more money. Just leave it all behind. I want you to pick something useless, but actually meaningful to you. So this can be a sport, learning to draw, learning to dance, climbing a mountain, pottery, boxing, whatever rocks your boat. The question I want you to ask yourself is, what's something that would make me feel happy and proud of myself, even if no one saw it? This could be getting better at swimming, learning to snowboard, whatever it is. Self-help keeps you in your head, but hobbies, they move you back into your body. And confidence is built through doing things badly until you get better, not thinking about yourself all day. Number 3, learn a new language, not because it's productive, but because it forces you to be a beginner again. You are going to sound stupid, you will forget your words, and you will get things wrong. And that's exactly the point. Self-help makes you obsessed with getting things right. When learning something new, it reminds you that growth is actually messy and slow and it's a bit embarrassing, and it humbles you in the best possible way. And I want that for you, and I want you to have those new experiences. Number 4, respect your body. Your body is a vessel. It does great things for you. Waking up and going to bed roughly at the same time, eating properly, eating whole foods, and even moving just a little bit. I know this sounds really basic, but it's also one of the hardest things to stay consistent with. When your body is dysregulated, your mind will try to solve emotional discomfort with more thinking. Half of the time, the issue is just that you're exhausted, you're overstimulated, or you're out of rhythm. This is one of the biggest curses of our generation because all we do is doom scroll. Stability in your body, it creates stability in your mind, not the other way around. So I challenge you to do this for 30 days And come back to this channel and tell me if this hasn't made a difference to your life. Number 4 is travel. I'm not saying you need to go on this big fancy holiday abroad, but go somewhere local. Go to a new town. There's a thing that happens in my neighboring town, which is a scarecrow festival, and I look at the adverts every year, and this summer I've marked the date to make sure that I go and experience this because it happens locally and I've never experienced it. So something like that. You can go to a random cafe, you can join a walking group, sit somewhere unfamiliar, because when you stay in the same environment, you end up thinking the same thoughts on repeat. New environments, that's what interrupts these old identities. Even a small change in scenery can remind you there's so much more than the version you've been overanalyzing. If you've noticed, none of this is about becoming a better version of yourself. It's about getting out of this loop, constantly trying to improve. Isn't that exhausting? Give yourself a chance to experience life. I hope this gave you something to think about, and if it did, please subscribe to the channel, not for more ways to fix yourself, but for new ways to understand yourself a little more clearly. I hope this made you smile, and I hope you have a wonderful day.